welcome in. Hope everyone's doing well today. How's everyone's week? I was gonna say weekend, but the weekend kind of just began. So unless you had a terrible or really good start to your weekend, like I don't know. I just woke up, so recently actually I've been having a great time. Or sorry, that sounds like something important is happening. I just meant I've been drinking my coffee differently. I've been making like a little latte for myself. Which is honestly, I've been having a great time with it. I have like like an espresso pod that's like it's not just it's not just normal coffee. It has a bit of a flavor, you know. So I'm like, wow, this is very fancy. I don't know if it's like has like sugar in it or anything like that because it tastes kind of sweet, but who knows? I bought like I normally buy oat milk, and I'm a big oat milk fan, right? Um, but we're doing a baking stream tomorrow, so we're gonna make like little pumpkin pies, like little pumpkin pie tarts, and usually you need like evaporated milk for that. In Wakamin U, of reading law, you usually need evaporated milk, and I have like. Okay, last year I was planning to also do a fall baking stream. I just never did it. So I have like in my pantry, I have like pumpkin puree can and I have evaporated milk can. And I was always wondering what the evaporated milk was for because I just couldn't remember. And yeah, it's for pumpkin pie filling because like normal milk or cream is like a bit more like watery, right? So I guess like in order to have a more like firm filling, you use like evaporated milk. But then I was looking up like I'm lactose intolerant. I was looking up the lactose content of evaporated milk, and it's like really high. Like normal milk has like I don't even know what it like maybe like 5 to 10 whatever measurement of lactose, and then evaporated milk has like 25. I was like, you know what? That sounds like a bad idea. Okay, I don't know how much many lactase pills I will need to consume this. So I was like trying to figure out like if you can get like lactose free evaporated milk or anything like that, and I couldn't find any. Like you there it does exist, but like it's kind of hard to find. So then people were like, oh, you could just make your own. Like all you have to do is like put milk on the stove and like evaporate it. So I bought lactose free milk, and then I was boiling it, not boiling it. I was simmering it yesterday. To make you just boil it down basically, or you like evaporate it down, so it's more concentrated. I guess that just works. So I made my own. um, but it was like a weird process because you know when you like heat up milk, it gets that weird skin on it. And then like they were like, oh, you have to strain it out. So like this all the skin parts are gone. And then when I strained it out, the sieve was like so gross looking. Like it was like a clumps of like congealed milk, like a bunch of it. I was like, oh, that's very appetizing. But I threw that away and I kept just the normal milk part. So we're we're all set. I'm prepared for the cooking stream, except for all the technical setup. The reason I don't do many cooking streams, even though I'd love to do more, is the setup is so annoying. Um, like I have to like I have to bring everything over. I have to bring my camera over. I have to bring some lights over. I usually bring my stream deck over so I can like do stuff on it, and then I have to have like a different mic because like I can't just I could do the commentary YouTuber thing where I hold the mic, but that probably won't work with baking. So I have like clippy mic that I use, and then but then like I have a pretty small apartment, so like instead of like streaming off a laptop or like moving my computer, I guess it's a little bit easier. I just bought really long cables. That's like my whole like setup for my baking streams. Um, I just have really long cables, and then so I just connect everything's still connected to my computer, but it's in the kitchen, which is not very far. It's like 10 feet away. But yeah, I just I just have like really long cables everywhere. So I think the most annoying thing though is usually like you know when you're like normally cooking, you would like clean up as you go. So like you wouldn't have that much cleanup to do at the end, right? But whenever I do a baking stream, I'm obviously not cleaning as I go, you know? So it's like such a disaster. It's like after I'm done, the kitchen is like such a mess. Like takes me like an hour or two of just straight cleaning the kitchen to like to like you know get everything like all the camera and everything like back, and then like the kitchen to be clean. It's a whole disaster. But I will remember today to I'm gonna borrow a rolling pin from my mom today. So um we don't have the whole like I never had a rolling pin. I was like, guys, I can just use a water bottle. It's fine. And I use a water bottle twice at least now. But I'll get a real rolling pin. Even though I feel like the water bottles, like any cylindrical object, kind of works fine. I don't see the problem with this. You know, if you're worried about it being unsanitary, you could like just like cover it or something. Um, it seems to work fine, but I guess it's like maybe not heavy enough to be like effective at rolling it out. Maybe it's not big enough. I don't know. But I'll just borrow a rolling pin. Yeah, that should be fun. I've made we've made egg tarts before, so hopefully that skill will transfer over, you know? If it's like I have like the tart tins, which are really bad quality actually. I got them from Amazon, and as soon as I wash them, or as soon as I use them, and as soon as I wash them, they immediately are like a weird color. So hopefully it doesn't give me like metal poisoning from using them. But I think it should be okay. I don't know. I'm not like giving them to anyone. I'm just gonna make them on my own and just eat them, I guess. Um, so that's the plan. I don't know how many I should make just for myself, you know? Like if I'm just making tarts for myself, the recipe makes like over 15. I'm like, that's kind of a lot. So maybe I should like make half. I don't know. I haven't quite decided yet. What are you gonna bake again? Oh, I'm gonna bake pumpkin pie, like mini pumpkin pies. The thing is, like a lot of my family don't like pumpkin pie. Or at least specifically my brother doesn't like pumpkin pie. I know it's not that uncommon for people to not like it. I can kind of understand it. It's a lot. Like if you don't like I love pumpkin, so like it's not an issue for me, but like um even if you like pumpkin, it's like the filling is very like it's just like um I don't even know what to describe the texture. It's like just like one like mushy like you know what I mean? Um because like with the normal with the normal like apple pie, there's a crust on the top. There's like whole fruits in it usually, so it's not like a whole like just one kind of filling. Because I don't usually like cream kind of like what are the pies like the key lime pie where it's just like a cream filling, you know? Usually it's too much. Like I'm the kind of person. I think a lot of people feel this way, but like I'm the kind of person where it's like there's always like too much. Like I don't like a cake with like too much frosting in it, or like I also don't like donuts and stuff with like filling inside. Because I feel like the filling to donut ratio is always way off, and there's always like way too much filling. So I'm not a big fan of stuff like that. But pumpkin pie is pretty good, as long as it's not like overwhelming, and you can still have like crust, you know, because crust is really good. Not a fan of pumpkin in general, so maybe that's why. Yeah, I mean, if you don't I mean, it doesn't taste much like pumpkin. I guess I would put it more to the taste of like pumpkin spice, you know? But I guess it's still quite pumpkiny because it's like the filling is like basically just pumpkin puree, like just like mashed up pumpkin. So if you don't like pumpkin, it's probably not the best option. But yeah, so I don't know how many I should make. Maybe like maybe like 7. I don't know. You know what panettone is? It's that sort of look like fruit cake. Not sure if it's the same thing. I've never heard of this. Let me look it up. I don't think I've ever had a fruit cake. Like I've had cake with like fruits on it, but like I haven't had like actual fruit cake, you know? Because I heard it has a very negative reputation, but I've just never had it. I'm welcome in Sand. You love K-pop. I'm glad. I'm glad. We're listening to some nice K-pop here. Do you have a favorite group? Panettone. It's a Italian type of sweet bread and fruit cake. Oh, so it is a fruit cake. Originally from Milan. It's made over Christmas. It's like a bread. It's like a bready kind of sponge cake with fruit in it. That looks good. I don't have a problem with this because I like a good cake, like a non-frosting cake, like sponge cake. I think that's good. But maybe the issue with fruitcake that people don't like is like the I don't know. Maybe people it has a bad reputation because it's more like bread than cake. Because maybe people just want a lot of frosting and like really sweet stuff on it. But I don't really want that personally. Like I feel like I always take off like half the frosting whenever I eat a cake. Also, the lighting is so weird because I get so much like natural light through this window. It always makes the lighting really weird, and it annoys me constantly. I like the guy who sings shirtless with big muscles and sings about making love every day of the week. That's Jungkook from BTS. He does do that. He's well known for that. There's chocolate panettone with no fruit. Is it still a fruit cake? No, there's no way. I don't think you can have a fruit cake without fruit. It seems like a crucial ingredient, you know? I think that's just sponge cake with chocolate in it. No? I don't know. There's so many different types though. Um, I talked about this before, but my mom has this lady, and then she does like skincare for her, right? Um, and she's from where's she from? I can't remember. She's from somewhere in Eastern Europe. Maybe Czech, but I could be wrong. Don't know. Or no. Maybe she's from. Okay, I cannot remember. She's from somewhere in Eastern Europe, and she makes really good cakes, but they're all like cakes I've never seen before, but they look so good. Or they are so good. I do eat them as well. um, Only fruit cake I've heard about is the one the neighbors in The Sims bring to the house, and no money. Oh no. Yeah, I guess they do. Yeah, when you like move into a house, right? There's like the neighbor or the welcome train or whatever, and the neighbors come in and they bring you food and stuff. I don't think that happens in real life. Does that actually happen in real life when you move in? Do neighbors come over and like bring cookies? Is that only in like really small towns? Because I feel like I would never do that. That's kind of I don't know. Maybe it's just like not in Vancouver because like we kind of like keep to ourselves, you know, but I've never like been like, "Oh, there's a new neighbor. Time to introduce myself." Like, I don't know. In the suburbs, maybe is it spelled like that? Yes. And maybe, but I grew up in the suburbs, so that never happened. You give your neighbors cookies sometimes? Really? I mean, I would share like food with. I have neighbors, but they're like family friends. You know? Like I don't share with like my random neighbors. Like I share with like we have neighbors that are like friends of the family, you know? So like in that situation we would maybe if we had like extra baked goods or something we would bring. Um but not to like neighbors that I would just say hi to, you know? They give you rhubarb crepes sometimes too. What? How long have you had these neighbors? Like for a really long time? I don't know any of my neighbors here, but I've only been here for like couple years. Sort of a movie where it happened, but it was Disney. Yeah, I guess it could happen in Disney in a movie. Long time they are unknown. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, yeah. I don't. I guess yeah, we do it with like family friends, but that's different. Like we were like, it's not because we're neighbors. It's like because like our families know each other. You know. One of our family friends is we're actually going there for Thanksgiving. And like their daughter, she works for like a produce or like a farm place, and she keeps bringing over vegetables, like really high quality vegetables. I'm like, "Oh, that's great." Like cuz like I think it's like a farm. So like there's like they have like really good produce. So I guess that's good. But yeah, speaking of The Sims, I was watching videos recently about the future of The Sims and stuff, and the game is 10 years old, right? It came out in 2014, and they're not gonna make Sims 5, or like they're not gonna make it anytime soon, and it's like I guess I kind of understand because like there's so much DLC, right? It's like a live service game at this point. It's free, but there's so much DLC. So like the people who have bought all this DLC, when you go to Sims 5, there's gonna be none of it, right? But at the same time, like I don't know, like I feel like if they could progress, the game, then maybe like people wouldn't be upset about it, you know? Like if they could like add more features or like add more like like just expand the game, you know? Because right now the game is very limited. It's like it's 10 years old, right? They could probably make something better now, but like will they? Will they? It's EA. I don't know. The neighbors in Cuba always ask for salt, sugar, and stuff. We're the ones giving stuff. Oh yeah, yeah. Where it's like you go to your neighbor and you're like, I'm missing one egg before baking. Can you give me an egg? You know, like that kind of stuff. Um, if that happens once in a while, understandable. But like in like all the time, I'm like prepare better. Like what are you doing? Check thing. Like I understand. Like sometimes you start baking, you're like, oh shit, I don't have that. But like all the time, I don't know. If you enjoy really so speed that up, the gameplay itself is insane. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Like where the like more and more in depth life sims are coming out, right? There's Enjoy and then there's like Paralives, I believe. There's a lot more like if they have a lot more features and a lot more like depth to the gameplay. Because I think Sims is missing a bit of depth for the gameplay. I think they could do more. So I think like if other games come out where like there's more to the game, then it could be good. But I think my issue with Enjoy, like I think you were saying before, like it's not very accessible in terms of being able to run the game. Because the nice thing about Sims is like it runs on everything. Like I used to play Sims on my MacBook Air, okay? And yeah, I couldn't build like a really big house with many objects in it, but like I could still play The Sims. Like I could still play it just fine. And I don't know if that will be the case with Enjoy. And welcome in Zirconian. What is that? Is that a goat arriving? That's great. That's great. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they did. Like I'm not like at this point I've kind of lost interest in The Sims, you know? But if they made a Sims 5 with like new feature, like what it not like it's the same game, better graphics, but like because I think The Sims holds up graphically, but like the sheep. I know I've never seen a sheep before. No, I have. I went to Wales. And welcome in, Riatsi. How are you? I just can't recognize them just from the face, okay? You need a good PC to play it, so I guess not everyone will be into it because of that. Exactly, exactly. Like I don't really care about like the graphics looking realistic. Like The Sims does not look realistic at all. But I think it holds up. Like it still looks good now. Even though the game is like a bit buggy and stuff like that. But I think it's just the gameplay that's missing. Like I think the gameplay is the most important. Like I think there's way more like in depth and like in terms of both building and in terms of the life sim part. Because for me, the life sim part of The Sims is like it's okay. Like I think you can make your own fun out of it, but in terms of like it actually being like someone was saying before, so I was watching a video and they were saying like The Sims is not challenging, right? Like if you want like it's not a challenge for your sim to stay alive and make money. Like it's really really easy. So like I don't know what you do. You're sad you're out of McDonald's coffee and PC coffee sucks. President's Choice coffee? Is that what you mean? I'm sorry. Is McDonald's coffee that good either though? Not to be a coffee snob, but like surely it's not the most high quality. Build a house and then restart. That's what I do. I build a house and then I make Sims to go in it, but I don't play them. Yeah, I was thinking personal computer coffee. Maybe Ratsi has a PC that dispenses coffee. That'd be pretty sick. Yeah, I only read PC because I'm Canadian. Our store, Real Canadian Superstore, their like in-house brand is called President's Choice, which I don't know why. It was a Canadian brand. Who's the president in this situation? Like, we don't have a president. What is this? I don't know if McDonald's is good, but you like it. I mean, whatever suits your taste, honestly. I mean, if they made a PC that also dispenses coffee, that'd be pretty good. But I think it would be a bit counterintuitive because like liquids near the PC, and then like it would be hot. Um, like and ideally you want to cool down the PC, so that doesn't really make sense. Obviously, it's the Real Canadian Superstore's President's Choice. I don't know. Who is that? What is Real Canadian Superstore's President's Choice? Maybe they just have like someone that they would like to be president. They're like, I want Ryan Reynolds to be president, but we don't have a president, nor that person is uh, available to do that. You know. Watch a reel on Instagram where someone put a coffee machine inside a PC built. Yeah, see, I just explained why that I think that's a bad idea. Liquids and hot, like both those things don't work with the PC. Justin Trudeau will overthrow the parliament and make himself president. Oh no. I've been getting infinite Justin Trudeau slander ads, okay? Like okay, it's not even Justin Trudeau. It's like we have an election like literally next weekend. So there's like infinite like smear campaigns happening right now. They're like, this is Justin Trudeau's government and look at all the homelessness, you know, like it's I'm getting so many of those ads. Welcome in my show, breathing well today. They're like, hey, random employee, what coffee do you like? And then slap president on their choice. Maybe. Or maybe it's like, oh, maybe it's the president of a company. Maybe it's the president of Superstore. Maybe it's his choice. Or her choice. I don't know. You saw the damn conservatives and B for BC like 8 times. Yes, I saw those ads. I was also watching the game and so many ads. It was the one where Justin Trudeau shaking hands with I can't remember, Abby, and they're like zoom in on his face and they're like, remember. What did they even say about him? I don't know what they said about him, but I kept seeing that ad. I started just muting the commercial breaks because I was like tired of seeing like the same 5 ads over and over again. You're still building your Shilonen. You're close to 80. Nice. That's what you said earlier. Oh, that's what you meant. Okay, sorry. I thought you meant like the company's choice for president, but you meant the company's president's choice. You know what I mean? It's hard to tell. President of the chess club. That's possible. I watched a video recently, or started watching a video recently about cheating on chess.com, but then it lost me. Like I went like 5 minutes in, and he was like, "Yeah, we did this move. The rook moved to this." I was like, I got lost, so I stopped watching. You have so many Democrat and Republican ads here in America. Oh yeah, you guys have an election too, right? Like next month. That's gonna be a fun time. Good luck. Glad I'm not American. Apparently you guys don't remember what Ebby did with the drugs. Oh yeah, the drugs. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it's like they were saying that they made more drugs or something. I can't remember. It's election season. Yeah, it's election season. That's why. It's not all the time. We have an election literally next week. But many of them for like senator and city districts. I mean that makes sense. Like, I mean, it's not. It's there's lots of levels. I'm welcome in Lee. How are you? Next month is gonna be a roller coaster ride. It is. It is. Good luck. Glad to not be American. And welcome in Chicano. Thanks for the 42 months. How are you? I see you're up bright and early today. We keep like making fun of Chicano as like a sleeping in guy, but he's not really a sleeping in guy. I mean, that's the joke. Um, but yeah, there was like president or not president, sorry. There was like a debate recently for the election, and yeah, that one of the I don't know if it's one of the candidates or like one of the parties basically. They're like very climate change deniers, anti-vax, and like I'm like who brought this over? Like I thought Canada was like I thought our politics was supposed to be like more chill, you know? But then it's been a whole we're getting very Americanized, I can't lie. Like all like the craziness you see in America, it's like kind of seeping in and we're like need to push that out. Like I don't want any part of this. Like Alex Jones is like bankrupt now, no? Like he just I think he declared bankruptcy, so like can we just leave him behind? You watching East Coast Throwdown on what? On Street Fighter? We are both weaves. Me? What are you talking about? Let the climate change guys go live with the polar bears. They should. They should. On Capcom Fighters. Oh. Does that include Street Fighter? We have a party full of people like that in Norway too. Every country has them. America just has more of them. Yeah, yeah. I feel like they're becoming like more and more visible. But maybe it's just because of like people it makes a good headline because they sound insane, you know? I heard a couple Alex Jones. Some he said became right and some were just stupid. I think you know, if you say enough things, some things will be right, but I think most of it is insanity. Because social media, they get louder. Yeah, and they get like crazy followings, which is kind of crazy. Like they just have so many. I was also watching a video. Thinking of like just blindly following people. I was watching a video recently about you know the GameStop guys who were like doing all the stuff with the GameStop stock. Apparently they have moved on to Bed Bath and Beyond. If you guys are not North American, they kind of just sell like towels and like household goods and stuff like that, but they're really doing poorly. Like stores are shutting down everywhere. Like the company is not doing well, right? And then like so that guy, the guy who was like the guy, like the most well known guy for the GameStop thing, like he was like he like helped with the I don't know with the help with the something with to do with GameStop. This guy he went and then he bought like 9% or something of the Bed Bath and Beyond shares. And then so then everyone went because they were like blindly following and they thought it was really cool. Like they're like, oh my god, this guy's doing it. We have to do it. So they all bought it. And then once it shot up in price, he sold it. So he basically just like he basically scammed them. Like not actually scammed them, but like he basically just like used their following to like you know, make money and leave, right? He left them holding the bag. But there is still a subset of them that believe that he has like overarching plan and they read his tweets and they're like decoding secret messages from his tweets and they're like oh my god, he said this on Twitter, that means that we should hold the stock and that means like he still has a great plan for us and we're gonna make tons of money and we just have to believe in him. And I'm like, that's actually insanity. Roaring Kitty. I don't know what that is. I don't think I've heard this. But yeah, it's I can't remember what the guy's name is. Like Ryan something. But yeah, welcome in rain check. And then like he like to this day they're still like they still believe in him and they dissolved all the Bed Bath and Beyond shares. They went bankrupt and the shares are now like worth nothing and they still believe. They're like, oh yeah, he put out this like trademark for this thing. Like they put out a trademark for something and then they like and then they thought it was like he was gonna like remake the company Bed Bath and Beyond and make it successful again. But then like it turned out to be a children's book company. So then now they're reading the children's books and they're like, oh my god, there's secret messages in these children's books. And like, I'm like, you guys, like, I know like they're in denial because they just lost all the money, but like, oh my god, that is insanity. It's like a cult. Um, you listen to podcasts like Joe Rogan did interviews with Elon Musk. Elon Musk, former NFL players and actors. What? And they're interesting? I mean, I guess so, yeah. Like a good, like I like a good podcast. It's interesting to see what they have to say, but he has some crazy people on there too. He pumped and dumped. He did. He did. The dog scam, dog world out there. Yeah, yeah. And like they should not have trusted that guy. Um, his name is Roaring Kitty. I don't know. I don't know if it's specific to this. You mean one of the followers, or you mean the main guy that they're reading into? Um, that dude rules. Aura on 100. I have no idea what you guys are saying. I don't know any of these people. I'm sorry. I watched a documentary, but I don't think it was about that guy. Keith Gill. Okay, Roaring Kitty on YouTube make those types of tweets. Oh, he's one of the followers. I see. I see. Yeah, no, I was like, one of the guys was like, he has like a show called like the Bed Bath BBYD. I think is the stock name, and I think he has a show like that. And he still believes, man. He's a GameStop guy. That's his name. His name. Okay, okay. I thought his name was Ryan, but okay. I just misremembered. No one's looking out for anyone but themselves. Yeah, I don't think you should. Ryan Kitty. Oh no. He should rebrand. But yeah, they should. You should never don't believe in the get rich quick schemes, guys. Don't gamble on stocks like that. That's my financial advice. And if you are going to, if you just want to have fun, just do a very small amount of money that you don't mind losing. Don't put your life savings into it. Like a good podcast, Rogan is not one of them. Joe Rogan is like, I mean, you know those like, I don't know if it's like a meme or something where he's like, they're talking about something, they're talking about like climate change, and he's like, yo, you seen that video with the bear eating? Like what is? He's like, he's so weird. But yeah, it's an interesting time. Interesting stuff they say. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it's fun to just let them speak and hear, like people like Elon Musk, and you're like, oh my god, what are you saying? But I can't listen to that stuff firsthand. Okay, I need to like listen to someone like talking about it in a video. You know, like I cannot like I will watch a video like debunking like Andrew Tate podcast, right? I'll watch a video of them like making fun of that, like because it's secondhand, okay? But like I cannot watch directly the Andrew Tate videos, okay? Like I just cannot. Like I need a layer of separation to consume this. This GameStop guy should invest in Axe body spray. You should start the trend, Skano. You should go into Reddit and you should tell them it's Ryan Kitty said we should go in Axe next, and then you buy a bunch and then sell. They seem susceptible. That sequence is you in school? Oh no. Mija can make y'all rich. Give her $7.99 a month, she'll 10 times. Yeah, I promise, guys. My Miju game stocks are they're gonna right now. You know they're stagnant, but it's about to go up. You just have to hold on a little longer. The only successful get rich scheme is scam other people by telling them they can get rich quick. That is true. You've been giving this Miju guy my money for 36 months and you're still not rich. It's coming. You just gotta believe. Have you been reading my tweets? The sexist people that used to send feedback emails at work were so hilariously dumb. Oh god. Yes, it's definitely, it can definitely be entertaining. But at the same time, it's like, it's so sad. Like it's like entertaining that people are this dumb. But then you realize like how many people they are, like how many, like, okay, it's entertaining to like listen to like Andrew Tate, right? Until you realize how many people follow him. And you realize how many people are like fans of him. Especially like younger like kids and like teens and stuff like that. And then you're like, then you just feel like terrible. And then you're like, this is what it's like. Like this is that's not good. But just hearing the stuff is sometimes entertaining. Do they even make that stuff anymore? Yeah, if you go to the store, there's like, so much Axe body spray. And they must still be doing okay. Cause like whenever I'm at the deodorant aisle, there's so much Axe. I guess they must still be doing okay. Yeah, what are the worst types of money schemes? What are them awful? Like in terms of tier lists, like I think like scamming old people, like those scams, pretty bad. NFT scams, bad. Coin scams, like crypto scams, slightly better than NFT scams, but still bad. The weapon banner is okay now. It used to be up there, but now I think it's okay. Will Axe body spray help me get a girlfriend? If so, should I invest? I would say might have the opposite effect. You should use a nicer. I personally, as someone who has a very strong sense of smell, all the spray deodorants are too strong. Like, just use the one that's like the stick or like the rolling one. Like, don't use the spray one. The spray ones are so strong. And it's like, it's overpowering. Like, even if it's a good smell, it's overpowering. Not a fan. Like, what is the point of the spray one? You can't bring it on the plane. Like, it's gonna explode. Like, you're gonna get in trouble on the plane. Like, just get the stick one. What's the problem? Maybe they sell nothing, but they just had that axe in stock for years. Oh yeah, maybe it's like 20-year-old axe. No, I get ads for it sometimes, but I think they're still doing okay. It must just be like 12-year-olds buying it. No, sound like the great girl repellent. Yeah, probably. Just drench yourself in axe deodorant. It would be very effective girl repellent. But there's other ways. Chance to explode sounds like an upside. Oh, that's true. That is an upside for the kids did enjoy exploding axe canisters and using it as a flamethrower. So I guess that is an upside for many people. Yeah, welcome in, Geo-san. But yeah, not being able to bring it on a plane is a bit of a downside for me. I don't know if men's deodorant has this, but the one I have is like the gel. Where there's like, it looks like a normal stick deodorant, but there's like holes in the top, and then you twist it and the gel comes out. And I think it's nice because it's like, it doesn't get on your clothes. Or when it gets on your clothes, it's like invisible. It's a bit wet when you put it on, but like it dries and you can't see it. Cause like with the normal stick deodorant, it's like, if you're wearing like a black shirt, you'll see like all the deodorant on it. So I think the gel one is quite nice. But the only problem is it's kind of wet when you put it on. You're like sitting there like fanning out your shirt to like dry your deodorant, but it's not too bad. The kids are buying Axe Prime Energy drink and Mr. Beast chocolate at the supermarket. That is true. That's true. They are. Oh, in the lunch. Yeah, the lunchlies. They're buying the lunchlies, which combines the Mr. Beast chocolate and the Prime Energy drink. Sorry for the off topic. Can I explain what happened? Can I ask what happened to number 6 on the cosplay options? Let me check. What was number 6? Oh, this is the wrong thing. Where is the channel points? I'm sorry, where is the channel point options? Oh, it's below this weird bit ones. Okay, wait, sorry. What is it? Number 1, Tears of the Kingdom Zelda. Number 2, Xiangling. Number 3, Scarlet Witch. Number 4, Barbara. Number 5, Hu Tao. 7, Kaisa. You know, that's a good question, Ricky. Don't know. I don't know what happened to number 6. What was number 6? Did I just count wrong? I just can't count. Okay, I only have a math degree. And welcome in Kalani. Speaking of the power up, the bit power ups. How are you doing? Celsius energy drink stocks is surprisingly well, and you survey getting growth. Okay. Financial analyst here. I hate stocks, man. I'm sorry. Number 60. I guess I can slaughter in there. What was supposed to? Did I remove one? Did I like get rid of a cosplay? But the only cosplays I've gotten rid of are my Marnie cosplay because it was kind of scuffed and the jacket smelled really weird. I don't know if I got rid of one. Is there another cosplay I've done that's not on here? Xiangling, Scarlet Witch, Hu Tao, Nimona. I don't think so. I think I just miscounted. Me just awful at numbers. I kind of am. I did so badly on like I did linear algebra. And a bunch of it is like basic arithmetic. You have like a matrix of numbers, and you have to keep like you have to like times 2 add the top one or something, you know? And like I was like, oh my god, like I cannot. And like in the exam, it was like a race to like do this basic arithmetic as fast as you can. And I was like, I cannot. Like I go into a math degree. I don't want to say numbers in my math degree. I just want like letters, and I want like you know like there's no need for numbers here, okay? Number 6 is just a blank screen when the stream turns on. Wow, that could be it. Want to see something cool? Okay. Too sweet for me? Yeah, same. The one time I'm not an energy drink drinker, but the couple times I've tried it, it's too sweet. But I feel the same about soda. And welcome in. Hi, how are you doing today? The answer is 42. No, for real. For real, like the answer is always 0, 1, or -1. If you're doing algebra, if you need to guess an answer, sorry, if you're doing calculus and you need to guess an answer, it's almost always 0, 1, or -1. So just give it your best shot. I haven't had an energy drink since at least before the pandemic. I think I've only had like 2 in my life. I'm more of a coffee drinker. Egg G flex. It's this. Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you were like leading into something, you know? The Conan just drinks water and eats lettuce. I'm convinced the Luca diet. He'd be very skinny if that was the case. You're just hanging around? That's good. I guess I'm also hanging around. Just chatting. 0's in the middle is the clearest, the best one. I think it's most likely to be 0 or 1. I think -1 is a bit more rare. We live off energy drinks. Oh no, that's not good. My brother drinks a lot of I think it's G Fuel. I think he drinks a lot of G Fuel. And coffee. That kid is very, very caffeinated. And he drinks caffeine very late into the night, and I can never. For me, my cutoff for drinking caffeine is like noon. Like if I drink coffee past noon, I will not sleep, okay? You're in the military, so you kind of have to. You have to live off energy drinks. That doesn't seem right. You could drink water. But yeah, whatever works for you, man. As long as you're not drinking too much. Energy drinks can be very unhealthy in large amounts. Your brother's smart. He's got to be good with numbers. I don't know. I guess he might be good with numbers. I don't know. He's studying computer science like me. You made some shin last night, threw some mandu and bok choy in there, and it's like I'm a chef now. That sounds really good. Okay, I was actually watching I've been watching the Canucks games recently. They lost both games, by the way, in overtime. I don't stay up that late to finish it, but like they lost on Wednesday, and they lost on Wednesday against Calgary, and then they lost yesterday against Philadelphia. And on the boards, there's like so many Shin ads. I'm like, oh my god, it's Shin. And like the whole half of the board, it's like Shin. I was like, let's go, let's go. What did the military do before our energy drinks? I don't know. It was that's I don't yeah, that's why. I don't know. You drink a lot of water, you just drink it when you really need it. I mean, fair enough, fair enough. That's good. As long as you're staying hydrated. And welcome into Injury, and you're enjoying stream. I'm glad. Is S tier highly recommend? That does sound really good. Chin sponsors the NHL. They do. They use amphetamines. Oh no. I guess energy drinks is better in that situation. If you both have math degrees, and if you both have math degrees, not math, both bad with numbers, I want to know the odds of that. He does not have a math degree. Since Nintendo of America is here in Washington, they used to sponsor our baseball team. Their baseball team is Weeby. Nah. That's not Weeby. That's cool. But yeah, it's Canucks aren't doing well. I don't know what happened to them. Like, I'm not an expert, but like, they were like dominating the game against Calgary on Wednesday, and they were winning. They're up by 4 goals, I think, or 3 or 4 goals, and then in the last period, they let in 5 or they let in 4, 3 or 4, and then they lost in overtime. So people were saying the goalie is needs to practice a bit. Where the goalie that was playing is actually like our I don't know what his position is now, but like during the playoffs, he was our 3rd place goalie because our 1st place goalie is injured, and then our 2nd place goalie was also injured. So we were on goalie number 3, but he was like really cool in the playoffs, so everyone was like, he was like, you know, the hero, you know. But he's still very young. He's still quite young, so he still has some room to improve, you know. That's what it seems like. But I like that guy. I think he's my favorite. My favorite Canuck currently. I'm a big goalie fan. I've always been a goalie fan. Like growing up, my favorite. I used to watch NHL when I was like in my teens. I stopped watching it as Canucks started sucking, and then now I enjoy it more again, especially since the last playoffs, right? But I used to really like the goalie Pekka Rinne. I was like, this is the guy. And then I tweeted something on Twitter, like way back in the day, and then he liked it. I was like, oh my god, wait, he liked it. But then I found out that he doesn't run his account, so that's too bad. But at least I have, that's still okay, right? You've been listening to a lot of 21 albums because of their comeback tour. Ooh, it's exciting. I didn't know they're having a comeback tour. There's a collaboration with aquariums and Animal Crossing near you. That sounds so cute. You should take pictures. That sounds like I would love that. My aquarium never does stuff like that. Yeah, it sounds adorable. What Canuck? Arthur's Shilov. When I went to my Canucks preseason game, he was playing, so I was happy. He made some cool saves. He's from what I understand of what they were talking about in the commentaries, they said he's really good close up. Like he like when the people are close, when the person's shooting is really close up, he's really good. He does some crazy saves, like diving saves and stuff like that, so everyone likes him. But from far away, he's not as good. So when they shoot from like far away through a bunch of people, I think he kind of struggles to like find where it's coming from and like to block it. I think so. I think that's what they're saying. So he needs to practice that. But the goal he was playing last night was quite good as well. So I guess they're all kind of good. I don't know. But then I was also watching the Erson or something like that from the goalie from the Philadelphia team was also really good. I guess the goalies are either like, you either notice them being really good or you notice them being really bad. You don't really notice if they're just like kind of just saving shots here and there, but you notice when they save really cool shots, or you notice when they let in a bunch of goals, you know? Or if they get like a shutout, I guess you notice. You're going with the college friends. It's gonna be a fun time. That sounds like a great time. Actually, I'm jealous. They connect about some good fighters. Yeah, there's a guy. I think it's JT Miller, and he's huge. He's really really tall. And he's like the hitting guy. Like he's like the guy who's always hitting everyone. In the Calgary game. Oh my god! In the Calgary game, on Wednesday, he hit the guy. It was a clean hit, but he fell over kind of in a bad way. Um, he fell over in a bad way, and he like really hit the boards, and his like you could see his neck like just like shake. Like I was like, oh, it looks really bad. He was down for a while, but he eventually got back up. So I think he's okay. He might have some like whiplash or like concussion or something, but he seems to like they kept him like lying flat for so long. So I was worried he had some sort of like a neck or back injury or something like that. But he ended up. I think he's okay. I don't know. Um, there's several U.S. aquariums across the U.S. doing the Animal Crossing collab. No, I'm in Canada. Too bad. GSP is the only guy in Canada who can fight. I don't know who GSP is. It wasn't pro fight. Yeah, they're not pro fighters. But they're always trying to fight, man. They're always like when the whistle blows, they're like grabbing each other. They're like grabbing each other, and they're like like they're like grappling, And then once in a while, they're actually throwing like punches. But then they both get a penalty for that. But there's been constant fights. I still don't quite understand that about hockey. I've just come to accept it. I'm like, they just fight, and it's like not allowed, but it's like kind of allowed. It's just part of the game, but you still get a penalty for doing it. But like, they just do it anyway. Like I don't know. And I guess they're like still friends after that, like, because surely at the same time they like end up on the same team. Like I don't know. At some point. GPS coordinates. That he was fighting. He's fighting. Oh, you saying you won 2 fights? I've never been in a fight, so but if I did, I could. I don't know. It depends who I was fighting against. It's the same in rugby. They won't throw punches that often because the punch is pretty much an immediate red card. No, they throw punches often in hockey, and it's not like a red card offense. I don't even know if they even have red cards. There must be some sort of conduct that would get you kicked out of the game. But you just get 5 minutes. Each team gets 5 minutes. Each team gets 5 minutes, but they're not down any players on the ice. It's still like 5-on-5, but they're in the penalty box for 5 minutes. Did they really get people to fight, or is it just a player with hockey temper? I think some players fight more often than others, but yeah, it's pretty common. They just fight. Me too would win in a fight against who? If me tried to throw hand with Gudetama, I put my money on Gudetama. How big is this Gudetama? Is it like this big, or is it like that small? Like, is it that small? Like, it depends on this Gudetama, okay? But surely he can't attack me very hard because he's just an egg. Does he have a shell? I could break the shell. This guy? He's pretty heavy. Like, this Gudetama is surprisingly heavy. Miju would be the enforcer? Let's go. That's me. I'll be hitting everyone on the team, okay? Don't worry. I was thinking recently too, like, cause I was thinking like, cause when that guy got hurt, I was like, oh, I guess like, if you took a bad hit, you could really get hurt. And I was thinking like, could you die? Like, if that guy like, could he snap his neck in that moment? Like, could that happen? It would be like a really freak accident, but like, could he die? And I was thinking that, right? But then I was thinking like, oh, like if I was on that ice, I would die. if I was on that ice and JT Miller hit me, I would go flying. I would go flying like 10 feet and I would die, you know? You take that 5-year-old Genshin over me during a fight. She went to war. I think Kachina would beat me in a fight for sure. But she has like a spear. Like, do I get a spear? Like, what's happening in that situation? But she's pretty tiny. Maybe I could just kick her. Not that I would fight a 5-year-old, but like, I think I would win in a fight against a 5-year-old. We used to play a hockey game when you were a kid, and this one dude on the Philly Flyers when I was going to fight turned out he was actually a cracked fighter, did MMA on the side. Fair enough, fair enough. I don't think they fight that hard usually. They just exchange a few punches and then call it a day. No one goes like, usually people don't fight till like one person's like knocked out. People have died from hockey injuries, yeah. I mean, there was that, a lot of players now are wearing like neck protection, or a few players now are wearing neck protection because someone died recently in Europe from like there was like a freak accident and their neck got sliced and they died. So I guess that could happen as well, but that's like a really freak accident. You both get a weapon? Okay, I guess we both get a weapon. I'd hope you beat a 5-year-old in a fight. How many 5-year-olds do you think it would take to beat you guys in a fight? Like, how many 5-year-olds do you think you could take before it becomes too much? Like, I think I could maybe fight off like 2 5-year-olds. Like 3 I don't know. Like they might overpower you if there's 3. He's actually scrapping. Yeah, they do. Especially when the gloves come off. If they fully take off their gloves and they take off their helmet, then they're really fighting. Are you just telling how many kids it can be? You like these streams? How many, Ricky? If they're 5, like they're not like babies, you know. They're 5 years old. But they're probably not very like dexterous with their hands, you know. Like they're probably not able to properly throw a punch. You're not gonna conveyor belt a 5-year-old. You could take on as many 5-year-olds as they're willing to bring out. Can you get some parent permission to set up a Miju versus 2 5-year-olds fight? Oh god. If it was like if it was like wrestling, I think if there was 3 5-year-olds, they could just climb on you and they would be too heavy. Like once there's 3 5-year-olds, they would get too heavy, and then they could just like if I got pinned down by 3 5-year-olds, I wouldn't be able to get up. I think I don't think like I could probably get up with 2, but I don't think I could get up with 3. You know, we're using MMA rules. And I could probably take a lot more than 2, but I don't think I would. You know, if there was you know, no lasting damage. You know, but yeah, I think I could take more than. They couldn't even reach your face, man. If they were 5, where are they gonna punch you in the knees? What the heck are y'all talking about? We're just talking theoreticals. I don't know what the MMA rules are. It seems like there's no rules. Because I kept seeing like ads for like MMA fights, and some of them were like lying on the ground, like kicking with their feet. I was like, what kind of fight is this? Like, what are they doing? Like, there was a guy, he was lying on his back and like kicking. Like, I was like, you good? Like, what is that? Pick one up and swing them around to hit the others. That's doable. That's a Kratos move. Imagine me uppercutting the heck out of a 5-year-old. I don't know about that. They're too low to the ground. No, I don't know. If it's MMA rules, then I don't know about this. Grab one, throw it to another one, and so infinite until you get tired. Yeah, fair enough. Is that allowed in MMA? Can you throw someone in MMA? Like, sure, like if you could manage to lift someone up and throw them, is that allowed? I feel like MMA rules, I'm guessing there's no like, the rules are probably not, there's probably not many rules, right? It's probably like, don't poke them in the eyes, no biting, no scratching, no strangling, right? That's probably like the rules. Um, like, is everything allowed? There's probably rules, right? Like, you probably can't aim for certain areas. Like, you can't just kick them in the balls and run, you know? Or like maybe there's like you can't punch them in the eyes. I don't know. What are the rules? Can you grab their ears? Like like a like a TV like a TV auntie? Can you grab their ears? You saying they're wearing some protection? Yeah, fair enough. But you're probably not allowed to aim there. You know? It's maybe just only torsos. I don't know. I don't understand these rules. If to me when I watch it, it just seems like they're just really fighting. You know, they're just doing whatever, you know? You probably break a cup with a well-placed kick. Oh god. Um, that'd be funny if you could tickle your opponent. Then it would be some people aren't ticklish, so that would be an advantage. They're like grappling you and you're like tickle tickle. That would be funny. I mean, if you could just go all out, like I guess it could work. Like can you just like grab them? You'd have to scan in a scout beforehand to check if they're ticklish. That's true. That's true. Get them into a headlock and tickle them into submission. Oh, that sounds actually awful. I think I'd rather be punched. Like, I'm not like super ticklish, but like being tickled is like the worst actually. Lock him in safety pin. Submission by tickling gotta be the worst way to go out. Yeah, that sounds. I think I'd rather be like clean knocked out, you know? Like, that sounds terrible. I don't know what it is. It just seems like. Do you think they use that to torture people? Like it. I know like you're not supposed to torture people, but like, do you think they actually like? Do you think they do that? They're like, no, screw waterboarding. Tickle them. Oh no. Just give you the concussion. Exactly. I cannot. I hate tickling. Like if someone tickles me, I will like kick them in the face. Like I'm sorry. I think you just can't control your reaction when you get tickled. You know, like you just want it to end. I think it's fair. Like I think if you tickle someone and you get injured from them reacting to it, that's your fault. Like I think like that is completely your fault. You can accept your injuries. You know. It's it's not a fun time. Hate when people think you enjoy it because you're laughing. Exactly. It's like, how can you? Why did tickling become a thing? Like, why? Like, you know, like people do it to like children, like for fun. You know, they're like, oh, tickle, tickle. You know, like they don't enjoy that. I'm pretty sure. Like, are they enjoying it? I doubt it. Is that torturing your own child? Probably. Like, what? Why did that become a thing? Like, who decided? How did that become like a societally accepted thing? I feel like it should be the same as like you just punch them, like you know. I don't think it's I don't know anyone who enjoys it. Like, is there someone out there who's like, oh yeah, it's such a fun time. I'm having a great time. Laughing when you don't want to is actually awful. Yeah, in any situation, laughing when you didn't want to is it's not it's not good. I think I'm prone to. I think a lot of people are prone to like a nervous laughing. Maybe tickling the 5-year-old is the way to win against many of them. That is true. You could just beat all of them by tickling them. Seeing a big bad MMA fighter with a mean mug face getting tickled would be hilarious. That would be. I think maybe we'll get to see that one day. Okay, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Enjoy the Malamar in the meantime, and think about tickling. Okay, BRB. Okay, I'm back. And welcome in, Angel. How are you? I thought you'd never leave. I've only been here for an hour, okay? And like you gotta it's not that bad. um but yeah, I hope you're doing well today, Angel. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the Mallow Mart time. Oh yeah. I need to tell you guys about this whole there was a whole fiasco with the League of Legends Worlds Finals ticket, okay? So you know League of Legends has like Worlds, right? Which is like the big tournament for League of Legends, and they were releasing tickets for the World Finals, okay? Which is in London. So I'm not going. I'm gonna be in Japan at the time, of course, and I wouldn't fly to London just to see League of Legends. I don't care that much. But Jack is going. So then, or yeah, wanting to go. And then so they initially released the tickets, but then it got like botted like crazy, right? Like tons of like scalper bots and stuff like that, like constant. So then they ended up so they had the pre-sale, and then they postponed the general sale because they were trying to figure out how to combat these bots. So they decided to have a sign up system where you enter your League of Legends email and they check your eligibility. So they check if you've played at least one League of Legends game before like a week ago at least, right? So you can't just like get an account now and play now. You had to have played in the past, okay? So if you had played at least one game, you're eligible. That's what they did, and they tied it to your Riot ID. Which was kind of smart, actually. It was kind of like I was like, oh, that's a good idea. Like that makes sense. 'Cause, like one game is kind of a small requirement. I know there's some people probably who haven't played before, but at least you probably at least know one person who has an account that played, right? At that point, if you're like watching esports, you know. Can you go with Jack? I'm sorry, Ratsy. It's in London. You need to be at least platinum rank to go. Oh no, that would actually be funny. I was thinking about different requirements as well. Like, oh, what if you need to have played like one game is pretty low, right? But like not everyone is like an avid player. You know, some people might not play these days, but they still follow the esports stuff like that. But yeah, that would be like very little people who could go. But yeah, so they did that. So then the ticket sale was yesterday. Okay, it was yesterday at it was at 6 a.m. By the way, it was like 6 a.m. But it was like 2 p.m. London time. And like Jack was trying with like a bunch of his friends, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll try too, right? Because like when you're trying as a retired fangirl, okay, as someone who was a huge fan of like One Direction and stuff like that when I was a kid, I was like, I know about these ticket sales, okay? I know about logging in exactly at 10 a.m. to get these tickets, okay? I was like, okay, the more people trying that are better, right? And then like you go in, like you follow the link from your email, and then because they're like, oh, you're eligible, you got like a code. So then you go into the email, and there was like a website. It was like you're entering the queue now, and the queue is like this progress bar, right? And let's say the progress bar is like this whole from the edge to the edge. The progress bar, my progress bar was like it was like here, okay? It was like literally like it was like this much, like it was like to here. Like if this is the whole thing, it was like here. I was like, that's not looking well. And it went up like barely. It was like here, and it was like going to like here, and then it moved only after like 30 minutes. So I was like, okay, like I don't know if it's gonna move. So then I was like getting ready. I was like eating breakfast, stuff like that. I was like, checking my work emails, doing that. And then it didn't move significantly for like, I think it was like an hour. Like it was just stuck. And I was like reading, like I was very curious. I was like looking at the Reddit and stuff like that. Everyone's posting about it. Everyone's like, my progress bar hasn't moved. Like, what am I gonna like? It's over. It's over, guys. Like I was like having a great time following the discussion surrounding it. And then eventually, I'm actually such a redditor. And you can go to that bad pub, Ratsy, if you want. But yeah, it's I was following all the discussions. I was talking about it, and eventually after an hour and like 5 minutes, it starts moving. It's like it starts moving like quite a bit. It goes like to 25%. It goes to 50%. It goes to. I was like, oh my god, I'm almost in. But then people started saying in the Reddit, they're like, they got in, nothing. There's nothing there. It just says like, it just says there's no tickets available when you go in. It like shows the seat map and it's like, no, there's no tickets. So I was like, oh no, like it's not looking good. Like, what are we gonna do? Like by the time you get in, there's nothing there, right? But then I was combing the subreddit. Some people are saying if you just wait on that screen, tickets show up. Like randomly, tickets will show up, and you can grab them really quick. But it's like it's so hard. It's so hard to get. Like they're gone like immediately after they show up. Like they'll be like randomly 2 tickets from the balcony will show up, and then you, like if you don't get them right away, they're gone. And welcome in Blue, nice Yolk. Thank you. He's a highlight of the show. Hope you're doing well today. Yeah, and then finally, after an hour and 10 minutes in this random queue, I get in, and yeah, it's empty. I was like, there's no tickets. There's literally no tickets. So I was like, But then I was following the subreddit, so I was like, let me just wait here. Let me just wait on the screen. I thought I had 10 minutes, but it turns out that wasn't the case. Like I just wait there as long as I want. So during like I was waiting in there for like 10-15 minutes, like watching the screen, and like once in a while some tickets would show up, and I would press them, and when I pressed continue to go to the checkout, it was like, sorry, that there's no tickets available. So like people are getting them so fast, right? So then I was like, there's no way I can there's no way I can beat all these people to get the tickets that show up, right? But they keep showing up like every like it's not very often. It's like every like 5-10 minutes they just show up, and like every time I click it's too late. So then I was reading the subreddit, and they're like, people were like, just press continue. Like just there's like a continue to checkout button, and they're like, yeah, sometimes if you press, like one person was like, oh, I pressed continue, and then I just got taken to the checkout. Like, and you just randomly got tickets. Like it was like just 2 random tickets, like, or like 1 random ticket, 2 random tickets. It just showed up. Like, and you suddenly you're in the checkout. So then, when one of the tickets showed up before, I'd previously increased it to 2 tickets. And like, but then they disappeared. So then, but it was still selected on 2 tickets. So then I was like, okay, what's the harm? I just started pressing continue. I was just pressing the continue button, and then after I was like waiting for the thing to like, or like as soon as like after I got in the queue, it'd been like maybe like 15 minutes. Why not 3 tickets? Well, I figured it was a minimum 2, like, because I was like, well, like Jack was like, I'm not gonna go alone, so if he wants to take 1 friend, I guess it's 2, right? I think there was like 5 of them that wanted to go, but I was like, I couldn't increase it again for 3. Like it was kind of weird, because like when the ticket would show up, you could press the plus button to increase the number. But you could only increase it by the amount of tickets that had showed up at that moment. So when I did that, only 2 tickets had showed up. So I could increase it to 2. But I couldn't increase the search higher because there wasn't 3 at the time, right? I would have tried to get 4 actually if I could, because like obviously like 5 of them were trying to go, right? But I could only select it to 2, and at that point I couldn't change the selection. It was like a weird system. I didn't know what was really going on. I don't know if that number even mattered. But yeah, eventually I was like clicking through, and then like I randomly got taken to the checkout, and I was like, oh my god, I was like freaking out, because like at that point, like obviously I was like doing other stuff in that time, because the queue was like, there was nothing to do in the queue. I was only like really working for it in the last like 10 minutes, but like the 2 tickets showed up. Like it was randomly took me to the checkout. I was like, oh my god. Yeah, you're welcome, Jack. I was actually insane. And then like I was like, I got taken to the checkout, and I bought those tickets so fast. Like I literally like was like going as fast as I can to like go through the checkout, because some people were saying like they were in the checkout, but then when they pressed to pay, they were gone. And I was like, wait, That can happen. I don't know if that can actually happen or people were lying. There's lots of information flying around. But yeah, I was like freaking out. Like um, I was like, this is crazy. So then I bought the tickets, and turns out those tickets, um, those tickets were like the floor. They were on the floor, on which seems to be the seventh row. So it's like really close. I was like, damn, I got the best seats in the house. They were just randomly assigned to my car. And there you go. Like, and people were really shocked. I was fighting for my life in there, you know? That was harder than any tickets I've ever tried to get. Like, I literally I literally got One Direction tickets at like the height of their success. Like, and it was not that hard. I literally got an Ariana Grande tickets like after like Thank You Next. Um, like I literally like it wasn't that hard. Like I'm pretty sure getting Taylor Swift tickets would have been easier than whatever the hell that was. Cause like because like what is that process? Like you wait in that room until and you just randomly press continue until you get random tickets assigned to you. I don't even know if like it would have always been two tickets or like if sometimes it could have been one or like three or something, you know? Like I think it was just like I think what the process was is that like when the tickets show up on that screen, when you press continue, it's already too late. Um, I think so. Then like I think when you press continue, you get assigned tickets that are released that are not even visible at that point, right? Um, so I think like it's like if you press continue, you get tickets before they even show up on the screen because the screen is like slower to refresh, I guess. Um, so yeah, it was like that's the tip I got online. Yeah, and I was literally like in programmer brain mode. Like I was like trying to figure out how this website worked, you know? People on Reddit were on like a whole different level. They're like, you can inspect element on the screen to see the progress bar. I was like, bro, what? Um, yeah. So floor tickets, seventh row. I'm actually I'm actually insane. I'm the like I don't want to brag, but I'm kind of like the faker of like getting tickets to events. Like if you guys are going to see Taylor Swift or something and you need help getting tickets, I got you. Like although I think Ticketmaster is like a different process. Like I think the problem was like the World is at the O2 Arena in London, and they have like an exclusive deal with a site called AXS. Um, uh, so like their system is like different than Ticketmaster. So that's why it was so weird. But yeah, the answer was on Reddit. Because I was like literally like I never do this, but I was on the thread and I was like looking at the newest comments and I was just like refreshing and seeing what people are saying. And some people kept saying like because at that point it was like an hour and a half after the tickets. No, it was like an hour and 45 minutes after the tickets had released. So I was like, surely they're gone by now, right? But they kept for some reason like the tickets would slowly just like come up like two or three or four at a time. So I'm guessing it was like people who had the tickets um either like lost them for whatever reason or couldn't finish the transaction. I think those tickets were getting like released back out. Like I think that's what was happening. And that was happening for like hours. Like people were getting tickets for like 4 hours after it was released. So it's like the process was like really weird. I don't know what was going on with that. Like cuz like it was like literally people fighting for their lives for like two tickets at a time over like the course of hours. So don't really know what's going on with that. You got hooked on our story about a progress bar. I'm glad you liked it, Ricky. Um, so Mija gets floor tickets to Worlds and Ticketmaster charging me 500 for Section 300 to ESPA. Oh no. You didn't end up getting them, right? Because they're too expensive. That's a scam price because the floor tickets to Worlds were 180 pounds. So the cheapest World tickets were like 80 pounds, which is maybe around I think like 100 maybe $130. And the floor tickets are probably around 250 Canadian, I would say. So the prices for Worlds are not that much. Like compare like relatively, you know? We do the ticket scalper. I'm not a scalper. I'm just a expert consultant, okay? I didn't sell them. Well, I guess I did sell them in a way. Like, cause I paid for them on my own, but I obviously got paid back. So I guess I sold them, but like not really. Cause they were never. It was more like you know how like rich people pay. You know how rich people pay someone else to wait in line for them at the Apple store when the new iPhone comes out? Like that's kind of what I was doing. Um, you wouldn't pay 500 for any concert? I don't think I would either. I think 500 is too much for a concert, personally. Like unless it was like I don't know. I think we've talked about this before, but like when I was younger, I think I valued like yeah, like I said, I was a bit of a fangirl back in the day. So when I was younger, I probably would have. Like if you were like $500 and like or like it was like $1,000 something and you could meet One Direction, if I had that money, I would have. But now like I don't value like closeness with the celebrity or like I don't like I'm just I wanna if I go to a concert now, I'm just like I just wanna go and like enjoy the music, you know? I just wanna go and like see a good performance and like enjoy the music. Um I think now I wouldn't. Like now I think the max I would pay for a concert is maybe like 250. Um like I think that would be fine. Um we just paid one K for Jonas Brothers tickets. I was actually never a Jonas Brothers fan. What did I like back in that? Probably Justin Bieber. For me, Justin Bieber at that time. I did like Camp Rock. But I was never a Jonas Brothers fan. For 1,000 in the meet and greet with any of the girl groups I listened to, I'll take that. Really? I would not. I would not. I feel like I would just like I don't know. Like now that I'm older, I'm like now that I'm older, or maybe it's not because of age, but like I think I've just like I've gotten past my fangirl phase. So now I'm just like, oh, they're just people. Like I don't really particularly want to meet them. Like I think for me, I'd rather just go and enjoy like a good show. Like for me, I'm like, oh, like it if the person is not putting on a good show. Like if Blackpink had like some of their concerts, they were kind of people were saying like, oh, like it wasn't very like well put together. And in that situation, I probably wouldn't. Or like if it was like Le Seraphim and like they're not very good live, right? I feel like I probably wouldn't see them. Um, Even though he's from Toronto and therefore was Canadian. Yeah, he's not from Toronto. I thought he's from Hamilton, Ontario, or something. Is he from London, Ontario? I thought he's from like somewhere else. I thought he's from like a really small town. Camp Rock. Did you like Camp Rock? Is that Stratford, Ontario? Is that where he's from? I can't remember. He's from somewhere in Ontario, but it's not a big city. Um, I'm just familiar with that march. Oh, okay, okay. 30 minutes from me, and his house is 20 minutes from me. Oh, okay. Kingston, Ontario. These all sound like real places where he could be from. Yeah, but yeah, definitely. When I was like 10, I was definitely a Justin Bieber fan. But then when I hit like 12, I discovered One Direction. And I was such a big One Direction fan. Such a big One Direction fan. I was such a big Little Mix fan. Um yeah, and then obviously you guys know about my Ed Sheeran phase. And then I don't know. I think that was it. I like Ariana Grande. Kingston is real. Northern Line is from there. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, these all sound like real. He's from Stratford. Okay, okay. Bieber's sick. You're still a believer. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I was never like the biggest Justin Bieber fan. I didn't even go to his concert because I think I like some of his songs, but then I discovered One Direction, so I moved on. You know, I was never a huge Justin Bieber fan, but I liked him like in a casual way. I was a casual fan. But yeah, when I was even younger than that, such a big Hilary Duff fan. You guys have no idea. Like I was like I was crazy about Hilary Duff. That was actually the first concert I ever went to with Hilary Duff. When I was really young. I was like probably like 8. She was only there for the music. Exactly, exactly. Miju being a fangirl of One Direction is very believable. Yeah, I was. I was a huge. You guys had no idea. Like I had my walls were covered in One Direction posters. It was bad. It was really bad. Now she likes K-pop. Yeah, but I would not say I'm like a fangirl these days. Like I would never get like a poster of whoever, like I think or I would never get like willingly get merch. Unless it was really nice merch for whatever reason, but um I don't know. I got my Blackpink merch back in the day, but now I don't think I would. Unless it's really nice. Like unless it's like something I would just wear and it looks nice. I don't think I would. And I wouldn't pay too much for a concert. Like I still like wouldn't pay more than 250 for a concert. Um like if it was like, oh, like you have to pay 300, like I think Blackpink tickets were like $400. Like I would not pay that. Even though I really like Blackpink, I would not pay that. Like I'm like I could do better things with my money. Um Now our walls are covered in Kazuha posters. Imagine. When like $400 on merch a year, all t-shirts. That's not too bad. Cause you can wear them. It's kind of a lot, but like not it's not too bad. Once you actually see or meet celebrities or artists, you don't keep them on that pedestal anymore. They're just people. Yeah, exactly. That's why I mean, even before I meet them, I think that now. Like I'm like I don't care about meeting like Jennie from Blackpink. Like I'm just like I like her and I think she's pretty and I like her style and I think like though I think those things, but do I idolize her? No. Like I don't think I think yeah, now that I'm older, I don't think I idolize people in the same way I did. Like when I was younger, like I idolized Taylor Swift, or not Taylor Swift, Hilary Duff, right? But now I don't. Now I don't like. I don't do that. And like I think like when I was younger, I was like, oh, like, you know, I think Ed Sheeran is like you put them on that pedestal. But now I don't think that. The best part about being an indie guy is I could rock up to concert on the day of and get in for like 20 euro. Yeah. I like a good small concert as well. I like some smaller artists, and when their tickets are like $20, $50, I'm like, thank you. Like, it's so nice. Soon my only t-shirts will be K-pop merch shirts. Oh no, Ratzi. You'd love to meet Jennie? I know, but like, do you just think of her as like a person? Like, you just be like, oh, I'd love to talk to her, or do you like, are you like, oh, like she's like a goddess, Like, I mean, she is in some ways. Don't get me wrong, but like, I think a lot of fans like kind of think of their idols either they're too parasocial and they like think they know them, or like they think they know like a lot of things about them, or they like think of them as almost like a product, like with the fans that are like um upset about their idol like doing certain things or like having certain beliefs and stuff like that. Those people are like they're not thinking of their idol as like a person, right? They're just thinking of them like as like an image, and they're like whenever they do something that conflicts with that image, they're upset. um but yeah, it just I think I think it's very prevalent in K-pop, especially. But which is not really like their fault. Like I think like K-pop like monetizes that like very purposefully. Like K-pop goes really hard on like the parasocial relationships. Um and they like market that. They market the hell out of that. They have like um those like I always talk about this because it's so weird. They like do like fake calls from like from the idol, and they'll like talk into the phone as if it's a FaceTime, and they'd be like, "Good morning, did you eat today? Like, have a great day today. I love you, whatever." And then like they'll actually just do that. I'm like, that is like that is like you know there's people watching that and they're like delusional, you know, and like they like want to believe that that's the idol like calling them, you know. Yeah, it's that kind of stuff is uncomfortable. But that's the kind of stuff they do. They really push it. And the fact that they're not allowed to date, um, or like a lot of idols aren't allowed to date because they want to be seen as available, and that's delusional. Like the idol's never gonna date that random fan, you know? Like come on. The only artist you want to meet IRL is Tim. I don't want to meet Tim. Um, they don't care who they get. They care how many they get. Exactly, exactly. Um, they like the industry is really weird about him. I mean, the industry is based on it. To be fair, like the industry is not based on like music. It's based on like selling the idols as attainable people. You know, Lisa telling you to eat breakfast. She might have. I don't think Blackpink does that though. Because I think Blackpink are a bit less catering to like some groups cater more towards um like that kind of parasocial image or like being like a like oh these idols could be your girlfriend, you know. But I don't think Blackpink does that as much because I think they're more like female demographic, which has a different. They still do it, but like in a different way, right? They're they're putting them up to be like oh these girls are so pretty, you want to be like them, or like you want to be their friend. I think Jenny the person, all the group sales do are built of such talented people and like to thank them in person for all the work and stuff they put up with to make great music. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. But yeah, it's definitely there's a lot of very parasocial K-pop fans. Or like really possessive K-pop fans as well. Like I'm like, come on, like you don't really know these people. Like you can like their work. Like you can like their work and you can like their music and stuff, but like it's crazy. It's you don't know them as people. Um, gonna order some ice cream. You're unsure until Ratsy melted it. You're melting here. Enjoy your ice cream, Ricky. A nice. I'm not a big ice cream fan, but ice cream on a hot day just hits. You know. Being in a relationship with the idol will be interesting, but also a huge commitment with their schedule. Sounds like you've thought about it, Ratsy. Have you been thinking about it? You should come here. Ricky. It's cold and horrible here. Yeah, Ricky would. I don't know. I don't like. Would you be like? I think like as someone who has come from a country where it's like it hasn't been that hot, going to like 40 degrees was like it was okay for like a week, but like I was like I can't live here. I was like I definitely cannot live here. Anyone can be nice on social media in public, but what are they like behind closed doors? Yeah, exactly, exactly. Um, I agree. And like also like they might not even be being fake. Like for me, if for example, like I don't like act fake. Like I don't have like a different personality like on stream and off stream. But like that doesn't mean like my stream is like every part of who I am. You know, like there's obviously like sides of me, and there's parts of my life that I don't share on stream. It's not necessarily. I wouldn't say I'm being like fake, but like you know, it's obviously like a very specific situation that I'm in, and I share specific things, and I don't share specific things. You know, um, paradise. Oh no. Um, Ricky's burning his zirconia is freezing. Meanwhile, here in the Pacific Northwest, it's perfect. It's not too bad. It was getting kind of cold. I was like, I should turn my heater. Like, I should turn my heater. But like, now I think it's fine. It's like a nice sunny day, as you can tell. It's a nice crisp fall weather. I think it's like what, maybe 15 degrees today. Oh, it's actually hotter than that. Never mind. Um, you might have back when I was younger with Taylor Swift. I relate. I relate. Not with Taylor Swift, but you know, with like One Direction. When I was a kid. You're kind of fake. Excuse me. Miju off stream, huge hothead and swears a lot. Oh no. Yeah, I actually don't swear a lot off stream, which is part of the reason why I don't swear on stream. Because I feel like if it didn't come naturally to me, I wouldn't. You know, like if I just swore a lot on stream, but like, if I swore a lot off stream, I probably wouldn't have a family friendly stream, you know. But like since I don't, I feel like it just kind of works, you know. I do swear sometimes off stream. It just depends. It depends who I'm talking to. I would say like if I'm talking to someone who swears a lot, I think I'm more likely to swear as well. Like I think that's normal. You know, like cuz like you kind of like you kind of like match their energy someone, you know? Or you want to make them feel more comfortable, I guess. Big body mouth emoji. Oh no. You also can't swear in chat. You've been warned by the bot many times. Yes, that is true. That is true. I think the I think the auto mod on Discord is a bit too aggressive. I think the auto mod on Discord is a bit aggressive. I've been trying to dial it back. Because when I need to block stuff and I'm like, that's fine. Like what are you doing? You versus auto mod, oh no. That emote is underrated. It's not used very often these days. People naturally rise to the role that the other person sets for them. Yeah, I think like it depends on for me it just depends who I'm talking to. Like some people, you know, I'd be more likely to swear if the other person's swearing a lot, you know? It just depends. But I don't generally swear. Like if I'm in like a neutral situation, I don't swear. Like maybe like very not like very rarely, you know? These ones just kind of exist. Kind of. Some of them don't have a good use these days. Also, that one's like blurry until you hover over it and then it's not. I don't the facepalm one, like why is it blurry? Did I upload it wrong? Something's wrong with it. When's Miju Grade? I should make it one. It is my most used emote on Discord. Like I feel like I need it. I do want to get some new emotes made. But we'll see. I need to get around to it. And we should make a I should make a mat that's like actually like drawn so you can actually see it, you know? Because like that one's good as a sticker. I think Miju Mad is good as a sticker, but when it's the emote, you can't even see it. Like it's not even like you can it's just like invisible. And I don't even know how it looks on dark mode. I'm on light mode so you can see it pretty well, but on dark mode it's probably like invisible. You became aware of how much you swear when you were in London. We were all chatting on the tube, and there was a family with a small kid next to us. Oh no. Yeah, I just don't. I don't think I heard you swear in Paris. Were you in chat mode? You wish you could draw? Me too. But I don't care enough. I don't care enough to actually learn how to draw. Why are you on light mode? Light mode is superior. You're on eggshells. I was about to pull up my phone and type /ban draconian. If you swore in my presence. You swear kind of often in Spanish, but only with people of trust, and you never do it to the point where it gets uncomfortable. Yeah, I think most people are like that. I think it just depends on the audience. Like some people are fine, like if you're just swearing constantly. Some people swear less. Like I think people swear less around me as well because I don't swear much. So I think it goes both ways. We did swear in hyperspace mountain a couple times. I didn't hear you. It was I think the Star Wars music was too loud. We tried our IRL mod, Gwen and Sana there. That's true. They were ready to fight for me. Me just a dad that doesn't put dark mode on the app until it's requested a lot. No, even then I wouldn't put it on. You guys, you don't need dark mode. Just invert the colors on your screen is fine. Yeah, it's I'm a light mode user. It took me a minute to get used to light mode on Discord, but now I like it. And now they have like different themes on Discord. I think I use the sunset theme or something like that. Whenever you're home tournaments with your homegirl, I feel the urge to IRL mod for her. I know, I know. I feel like if people are being weird in public, it's like, where's my mods? You know, like you like one user except for your ID can't code on black on white. Oh, that's true. I'm the same actually. I would never use light mode on VS Code, but I'm a Vim user these days because my company demands it. I guess not even anymore, but like, I guess I could, but now I'm used to it. Now I'm like annoyed because I'm like, I could do everything on the command line. It's easier. Bunch of thirsty dudes and you're there to protect. Yeah, I mean, I understand. It's so uncomfortable when like I think when there's like creepy people, I'm like, I'm ready to fight. Like honestly, prove you're a real Vim guy by tipping your fedora. No, everyone in my company uses Vim. We're not even like extra nerds. Like it was just because like we did a lot of like remote kind of work. Not as much these days for me, but yeah, it's like if you're working on like a remote server, then like it's just easier to use Vim because you can connect VS Code to it, but it requires a bit of setup, you know. I just never bothered, and I'm terrible at using Vim, by the way. I know like only like 4 shortcuts, and I just make it work. I don't know. It's not good. It's not good. I'm kind of slow, but it's fine. I get by. I use arrow keys. How am I supposed to go backwards? I don't get it. Vim's lair. What's that? Yeah, so I'm a arrow keys user in Vim, so I use Vim very inefficiently, but it's fine. It's okay. I don't know. I just cannot be bothered. An emulator ROM site? Did it shut down? Did it get shut down by Nintendo? That sounds about right. Got the smackdown. What site hasn't? You know what Vim is, but I guess Miju's doing it wrong. I am. The comp sci nerds will be disappointed in me. But that's okay. That's okay. No one has to watch me, you know? I used to not using Emacs. Yeah, I don't even know where to start with that, you know? I know some people in my company use Emacs, but they're definitely a minority. Also, I like scratched my arm and you can see like a line now. I think it's fine. What was I gonna say? Can't remember. I feel like I've like lost weight recently because like I was sick. I was sick for like a week, you know? I feel like I lost weight, but I think it's the perfect time to take pictures of my Tifa cosplay. Because like the Tifa cosplay shows a lot of stomach, you know? And I'm like, you gotta be extra skinny in that moment to like, I guess you could just suck in your stomach when you're taking pictures. You know, you could just be like, just don't breathe and take a picture. I guess you could do that as well. Mifa. Oh yeah, that's cute. You should stream Vim Sundays so Guardian can help. Oh no. I'm just gonna get flamed non-stop. VS Code man, because that's all I've learned in IntelliJ and Android Studio. I'm not a big IDE guy these days. Like VS Code is as far as I'll get. I think IDEs are really annoying. I did all my comp sci like classes and stuff. Like my project courses in IntelliJ, and I'm like, what is the software? Like it's way too complex. It's like 30 gigabytes. I'm like, who asked for this? Planking each day till the cosplay. Oh god. I need to do. I actually will. I'm actually gonna do more. I'm gonna let it motivate me, and I'm gonna do more ab workouts leading up to the cosplay. But I didn't do it yesterday because I have Pilates today, and I know she's gonna force me to do ab workouts today. So I'll just let her handle that this time. Tried using Vim, but it's frustrating. Definitely a learning curve. Until I learned how to do like the basic things, it was really annoying to use. And now I know only how to do the basic things, but it's fine. You're a Java type guy? Java's a language. We're talking about like the software you write the code in. You can find JavaScript and React autocomplete on Vim. You'll consider it? Okay. I know there is. I know there is autocomplete, but I can't figure out how to set it up. I just haven't bothered. I'm like actually really bad about like my work environment. I have like nothing on it. I have like not like set up. Like like if anyone ever like if I ever share my screen and have to do something, it's gonna be really embarrassing because like I do everything in the least efficient way. Not the least efficient way, but like I just don't have all the fancy like bells and whistles and stuff on my terminal. I just won't bother with that. You can't code in Java? No, it's like for example, like we're talking about the software that you type the code into. You know what I mean? Like you're like, oh, I'm like I can do graphic design, but you're using Photoshop to do it. You know what I mean? It's like that. Kind of. Maybe that's not a good example. You did Java by IntelliJ, so IntelliJ did most of it for me. Yeah, it's very capable. It does a lot of stuff. But I haven't touched it since I was in school. I think it's too complicated. The thing to run the code, kind of, yeah. Where it's like it's a thing that you like type it into and do stuff with, but not the code itself. You know what I mean? Yeah. This conversation is too nerdy for me, man. I'm not getting paid to talk about this. Yeah, it's basically a notepad. Yeah, it's basically like text editor, but it has other stuff on it. But technically, you could code on it on just notepad. That's what we did on like on my like all my coding exams and stuff like that. We had to code on paper. Like you just have to write all the code onto paper. Those were the days. I gotta stop with the Elon Musk for the sake of your pee break. I know. I can't deal with tech talk either, Angel. I know it's my job, but like unless I'm getting paid, I don't know. Like I have to get paid for this. Like Draconian has to pay me, you know, for talking about him. Yeah, it's the whole thing. I can't complain too much about my job, you know. It's pretty chill. Yeah, I don't think I would want to like. I don't think I'd want to like, switch industries at this point. I need to learn all this nonsense. Fair thought for me. Good luck. Give me $7.99 this month. Does that count? Fine. It's a bit low. It's a bit low for a salary, but that's okay. That's okay. I'll accept it. It would take a lot more than $7.99 a month for me to use them though. But it's acceptable. We'll take it. We'll take it. What else has been happening recently? It's Canadian Thanksgiving this weekend. I have a Thanksgiving dinner on Monday. We're supposed to go to one of our family friends' house, but then like my mom was like, "Oh, we're gonna go," and I was like, "Okay, I'll go." And then she was like, "Oh, it's canceled." So I was like, "Okay." And then some other family friends invited us, like very last minute. So I was like, "I'm going to my mom's house today." Okay, I was gonna just go to my mom's house on Monday because that's when we're having Thanksgiving dinner. But then today I was like, I kind of ran out of food, so I was like, you know what? I'll actually come over today, Mom. And she was like, okay. It sounds great. Welcome in, Tram. Happy Thanksgiving to you too. What are you thankful for? Oh yeah, chat. Of course, Angel. I'm thankful for you. No, I'm thankful. I pulled on the weapon banner in Genshin, and I got the weapon I wanted in 20 pulls. I'm very thankful. We're leaving the house twice in a week. I already left the house this week. I had to go get my international driver's license. I'm leaving for Japan in like 2 weeks. I need to be prepared. So I went to get my international driver's license. In case I need to drive. And then I think that's all I did this week. International driver's license and oh yeah, next week I have to take my car in again. So it's some busy stuff. Yeah, my family's not a big Thanksgiving celebrator. We just go like if someone invites us, we go. But like if no one invites us, we just don't do anything. We just indoor cat era is basically over at this point. So it's falling apart. I'm going away. So do Canadians drive on the left side? No, we drive on the right side. That'd be confusing. We have roads that connect to your roads. That'd be a disaster. Yeah. We drive on the right side. It's the same. It's the same as America. But Japan drives on the left side. So it is a bit confusing. But it's fine. I did it. I did it last year. That'd be so funny to watch though, like people switching sides. Oh my god. You like the channel tunnel between Britain and France. Do you switch sides on their side? At the border, everyone swaps car with someone on the other lane. Oh no. That'd be such a mess. You need some sort of like filtered channel, you know? Like a road that like goes like this, you know? Like this. Just chaos at the border. Oh no. And then like people would drive across the border and then they'd be on the wrong side of the road and they'd be like, oh my god, what's happening? It'd be very confusing. Yes, you can actually drive through, you just go on a train. Oh, okay. That's fine. Oh, it's what is it called? The Eurostar? Maybe like if there was like a ramp to switch sides for you, but that'd be very confusing to people driving. Don't Japan got them supersonic speed bullet trains? Are they supersonic speed? I don't think so. That'd be crazy fast. You need to like buckle in. They have bullet trains, but they're pretty fast. I don't know how fast. I'm not a train enthusiast. The one time I went on a bullet train, there was like people taking pictures. There was like guys with like cameras. And like when the train pulled in, they were like taking pictures of the train. I was like, who are you? Like, what are you doing? So I guess like there's a lot of train enthusiasts, you know? It was 200 miles per hour. That's some weeb knowledge. Faster than Canadian trains? Probably. I don't think we're really a train nation, you know? Trains rule. I do it. Yeah, I think trains are good. I think trains are kind of superior, you know? But we're just not a big like we have SkyTrain here in Vancouver, but it doesn't go everywhere. But it's definitely superior to the buses. Watched a video on the state of Canadian railways last week. I was in kind. I don't know anyone that takes trains like long distance here. No, we just don't do that. There's a train that goes all the way across Canada, but it's more of like a tourist train. I'm pretty sure. Like obviously it's for like materials and stuff like that, but the people who go, it's really expensive. First of all, and I think it's more just for like there's like it has like a glass ceiling at some points. It's really expensive to go on it. It would take like a week to go across Canada. So like I don't even think it's like no, I don't think anyone goes on it really. Maybe they go on it for like short distances, not the whole way across. Just for like a nice view. Can you go to EA's headquarters for me? Why? What do you need from them? Oh yeah, by the way, my Pilates is at 12:30 again today. It's normally it got moved to 1:30, but this week it's 12:30 again. Probably some scheduling conflict. So I need to go kind of soon, like in like 30 minutes. I can't stay as long as I did last week, but next week will be fine. It's just today. They're slow, expensive, and the tracks are operated by freight companies. The freight trains with the right of way, and the actual tracks are rickety and old. And they have airliner style baggage restrictions now. I literally don't know anyone who's gone on that train, by the way. Like, we have the SkyTrain here, like the public transit system. That's fine. But like, I don't know anyone who's been on like the CPR. You wanna sip coffee on a train with a table between seats, whatever your life goals? That's an easy life goal to obtain, Ricky. You can do it. Just go to a country that has trains. The content in Hockey Ultimate Team sucks. I want to help them produce better content. So I'm gonna visit them and tell them what? What about eating True. Sip coffee and eat M&Ms on the train. That's a great day. There's lots of trains with tables on them. But yeah, we don't have a lot of trains in North America. You might have to go somewhere else. I think we don't really have trains like that. Haven't had M&Ms in forever. I remember the last time I had M&Ms either. You visit them and get them to Zoom me because you ain't flying to Vancouver. Oh, okay. I don't know about this. Black coffee with M&Ms, mocha. Nah. Find it awkward to sit facing a stranger on transport. Yes, the buses here. Some of the buses have like a 4-seat. It's like two, and they're facing each other. One of the seats, and then it's like too small. So if the person sitting across from you is like taller than like 5'10", their legs are like all up in your face. Like, and I'm like, it's so annoying. Those seats suck. Don't have to be mentioned. It's too obvious. Of course. You're gonna have that family pack of M&Ms with you at all times. It'll work. Totally not a waste of your time at all. Right? They'll definitely let me in. Have a staring contest with them? No, thank you. Knowing Vancouver Transit is gonna be some like crazy guy. The buses here have two 4 seats in the front. You never sit there. Yeah, those are the worst seats. I try to avoid them if I can. Yeah, it's I think the trains have like I guess if you're going with friends, a 4-seat, it could be nice. Oh, and the trains that have like seats that spin around, that's cool. You can make it like 2 facing this way, or you can make it 2 like facing this way, you know? I think it's cool when they spin. But I don't think that's as common. It has to be like a more like long distance kind of train. One of your friends, Alana, had an opposite a guy who once asked her out. Oh wait, she didn't get asked out on the train. It was some guy who had previously asked her out, and they ended up on the same train randomly. Is that what you mean? Because both situations are bad. Like if I'm stuck on a train and the guy like some guy is like hitting on me, that's not good. First of all, and 2, if I had previously rejected this guy and then I saw them again, I guess it depends how well I knew them. Because if I didn't know them very well, then I guess I wouldn't really remember. But like, if they were like weird, like maybe I would remember them, you know? But yeah, so that's awkward. Did she say hi? Was she like, or did they pretend not to know each other? I think in that situation, you just pretend not to know each other. Unless you were like friends. You're gonna play Monster Hunter Wilds next year with me and Ricky? What is it? And welcome in, Herbs. Hope you're doing well today. Oh, it wasn't at the beginning? No. The coin is saying that in a previous encounter, he had asked her out. She turned him down, and then later on in life, they happened to be on the same train. Yeah. I thought I was confused about too. I thought she got asked out on the train. Because that can happen too. If you're gonna ask out someone where you're stuck with them for a while, maybe ask them out at the end. Don't ask firstly, you might want to talk to the person and get to know them a bit. And if they're not willing to talk to you, then And then then you're like, okay, this person's not interested. But if they're like engaging with you the whole conversation, ask them out at the end, okay? Because if they say no, then they're just like awkwardly there, it's a bit awkward. Um, but just be very careful. If they're not interested, if they don't want to talk to you, maybe don't push it. Definitely don't push it. I didn't ask a girl if she wanted to go around Madrid last year after talking to her the entire train ride last year. Did you ask her at the beginning or at the end? Or did she say yes? That's the if she was enthusiastically engaging with you the whole time, then I think it's valid. I think it's valid to ask her out. And like as long as you accept the answer, that's totally chill. That's understandable. Unless she talks the whole time and she was like, "Oh yeah, my boyfriend is this," then maybe don't ask her out. Gotta cut right to the chase. No. Because then you're stuck on the train with them for like who knows how many hours. At the end, she said no, but the start would have been much funnier. Oh no. I think it's also like, I think women are generally more wary of strangers, right? For good reason. So I think if you like talk to them and show them you're not a psycho, they'll be more willing to say yes or no. It's kind of all about business. He's like a business card. He's like, hello. You want to go around my gym with me? And she's like, no, I don't know you. Like, that's scary. But yeah, that's Miju's advice. That's Miju's advice here. That is but it's also kind of common sense. If you think about it from the woman's perspective, it is common sense, If you just randomly ask someone out, they don't know you. Like, and it depends what you're asking them to do as well. Like, they don't know you. Like she might have been interested, but she might have been wary about going around a city that she doesn't know with someone that she just met, So that could be understandable as well. Asking a girl out with a business card is goal. It depends what it says on the business card too. But don't people do that? Like when they want to exchange information, because I guess your business card has your name and your phone number on it. So I guess it's an easy way to exchange numbers. I don't know. But most people don't have a business card, Like, I don't have a business card. Wani from ILLT was found at a bus stop. I mean, that's different. He wasn't being asked out. He was being scouted. Business card said Chikano, CEO of a Street Fighter. Whoa. Laminated. I also didn't know the city either way. I didn't get to see her again, so no harm, no foul. I mean, yeah, there's honestly nothing wrong with that. Like if you just casually asked her out, and you accepted the answer and were respectful, nothing wrong with that at all. When he was a girl. Okay, either way, they were scouted. That happens all the time. I found out recently that Wonyoung was scouted at her sister's graduation. Like her sister was graduating in university or something, and then or high school or university, and then she was scouted there. There's scouts everywhere, man. These like weird K-pop agents are going around the town finding pretty girls and scouting them. There could be a scout in chat right now. Oh my gosh. He stuck at a Capcom after party and actually did meet the director. Nice. Was he cool? Imagine upping your sister's grad. I doubt it. He probably just been like, hey. He probably gave her a business card. But yeah, that's weird. There's like a K-pop scout at the graduation. And he sees this like 12-year-old girl and he's like, yeah, better get her into my company, like weird. That's why I mean, as much as people talk about like, oh, like K-pop idols are very talented and like in like singing and dancing and stuff like that, I think I think looks are the number one thing they look for. Like I really like, come on. The fact that they're scouting someone off the street, that you don't know if that person can sing. Like you're just walking past one young in the street, you don't know if she can sing. Like they're just asking them out because of looks. You never ask anyone out. You're too afraid of getting rejected. You're just nice to them, and eventually, and if you're on the same page, she'll do it eventually. Honestly, Ricky, it's worked for you. You're literally married, so I don't think that that strat is working out. But yeah, I think that's a good way as well. I don't really think like I think like cold asking someone out like that you don't really know is not the best strategy because like you don't know much about them, like they don't know you. You have a higher chance of being rejected because like they don't know you, right? A lot of girls will just straight up say no if they don't know you, right? Because stranger danger. And two, like you don't know if they're gonna be a good match for you because like you don't know them. Like all you know about like the thing is, I'm not a big fan of people just asking me out that are strangers because like the only thing they know about me is what I look like, right? Like that's like unless they were like watching me for a while, like the only thing they know about me is what I look like. So you're literally just asking someone out based on looks, which is nothing wrong with that. Like it could end up working out, but there's nothing there, right? Mr. Scott, you better be from SM. If Miju was in Korea, she would have been a K-pop idol. Nah, I would have been working hard in school. Don't worry. He spoke to him in your preschool Japanese, and he thanked you for trying. That's sweet. That's sweet. But you were like, oh, Nihongo joutsu. But a graduation and a funeral. Oh my god, imagine being scouted at a funeral. That'd be crazy. Sakura? That's true. But she was in Japan, that's different. In Japan, they don't care. They care even less about if they can sing. You asked a girl out in second period 27 times 1 month? I'm glad we've moved past that, Ratsy. That is a lot of times. You never asked out a stranger, it's always someone I know beforehand. Yeah, I think most people do. Like, I think most people don't ask out strangers. Because it's like, yeah, you don't know anyone. They could be married. Like, you don't know. Like, you don't know anything about them. They could be married. They could be like way older or younger than you. You could have misjudged their age. Like, you could ask them out and they're like, I'm 16. Like, you'd be like, oh, like, I'm sorry. Like, you looked older. Like, you don't know anything about them. Out of 100 no's, one might be a yes. That's literally what pickup artists do, by the way. Like they just ask out enough people and eventually one will say yes, you know? Like that's literally what they do. And now if I get rejected, it's cool. I'm gonna go grind League or Counter Strike. That is a healthy way. I just thought it was Jordan. I have no idea. Who even said that? Was it? I think it was Gretzky. But maybe I'm just Canadian biased. Maybe a bunch of people said that. I thought it was, or maybe it's a baseball player. No, but they wouldn't be a baseball player because they don't do shots. I think it was President Lincoln. I think it was George Washington. I think it was Wonyoung, actually. You think it was Quinn Hughes? Who knows? Michael Scott, Wayne Gretzky. Oh yeah, then I think I've heard that. So it must be Wayne Gretzky. For real. What a guy. It was Adam himself. Like from Adam and Eve Adam? Or Adam Driver? Either one, either way. Kept asking Eve out. He asked her out 100 times, and eventually she was like, it's not like I have other choices. Oh no. I think it's a different situation if you're the only. But what if that's like the biggest rejection, you know? Like I think that's a big rejection. You're the only man and woman left on the world, and she still doesn't want you. Like that's sad. Um, um, Origins of Code slash interesting rabbit hole. All of them are automatically attributed to Mark Twain. Oh no. You'd get that reaction? That's a skill, Ratzi. You had no other options and still said nah. Exactly. Exactly. I had this like there, speaking of Reddit, like it was clearly some guy who posted it that was like, oh, what if you were the only person of your gender left in the world, right? Um, and then like it was clearly a guy asking it because they meant it as a lighthearted question. You know, they were like the stuff they posted in the actual post itself were like, oh, like what would you do? Like, you know, what would you like what kind of like steps would you take? Like would you, you know, like whatever. Like they were just thinking that. And then like you could tell like every woman who replied was like it was like so dark. I was like, bro, you did not think this question through. Like, you okay? Like, it was clearly it was like the most like Reddit man question, like not even thinking um from like the other perspective. The answers were very interesting. Um Eve girl of Austin, exactly. But maybe Adam was awful, you know? Like in the boys with useless superhero powers, mine is always getting rejected. Maybe you have compound V. We don't know. That wouldn't be fun at all to be the last woman. Exactly, exactly. Like, I'm like, bro, like, just think about your question for a second. Just think. Like, but I guess that makes sense. Like whenever like people ask for like advice on like asking women out or like you know those kind of situations, like I think a lot of times, especially when it comes to like strangers and stuff like that, I think a lot of times a lot of guys will not think about like how like women may perceive it, you know? Where it's like, yeah, I understand, you you're probably a good guy, you probably have good intentions, but you have to understand that like sometimes it's real like some situations are very scary. Like they like the person does not know you're a good guy. They have no way of knowing this, right? Um so it's like you gotta think about it from that perspective. Always. Especially when you're approaching someone in public. Or not public. In a dark alleyway. Maybe consider this. Um, y'all, you got the weirdos in the DMs on the married ones are single again. I don't even think it's that. Like, I don't even think it's that. Like, I don't think it's the amount of single guys that's the issue. Um, Surely this guy's a good guy. He just said so. Exactly, exactly. You can trust the guy who says, I'm a nice guy. No one can vouch for Adam. He got no homie. That's true. That's true. Um, like the you're alone in the woods, would you rather encounter a bear or a random guy? Oh, the man or bear? Yeah, that went out of control, honestly. But like that's the same for anyone. Like if you're in an apocalypse, like even as a man, okay? Even as a man, if you're in like the apocalypse situation, would you rather encounter like a dangerous creature or a person? Like people are way more dangerous than animals. Let's be real. Like obviously like if you're like getting punched by like a polar bear versus like a human, obviously the polar bear is more dangerous, but like in terms of like what they're capable of doing, like obviously humans are like the most dangerous creatures. And welcome in AJ. You're the first time chat after almost 7 months. Welcome in. Welcome to the chat, I should say. Hope you're doing well. Can choose the deer. The deer would be chill. Animals are pretty open about their intentions. Exactly, exactly. Well, like I made like because like humans could have weapons. I think a human with a gun is way more deadly than a bear. You know, it depends. It depends on the where you are in proximity to the bear, and like if you're like directly in front of the bear and it's about to attack you, then you know maybe the human with the gun is probably better. But you know, it depends on the situation. Like if I was just walking around, there's a bear like kind of close by. I'm Canadian. I'm fine. I'll be fine. But person with the gun, no. What about a bear with a gun? And then you're screwed. um, Back when I was a regular at a bar pool in your city, you'd offer rides to people waiting for Ubers. Ask a group of girls once and they said no. Then I learned that mostly are playing it safe. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I obviously you know that you're never gonna like kidnap anyone or hurt anyone, right? But they don't know you, right? So I think it would be perceived and I think you might scare people. Like if you asked a girl who's on her own, like, do you want to ride? I think she'd be scared. So I think like as much as you have like the right intention, you got to think about it from like the woman's perspective. Like if you were if you were outside a bar at late at night, like if you're outside a bar late at night and some guy pulls up and he's like offering you a ride, that's scary, honestly. Like I wouldn't, as much as you have the right intention, I wouldn't do it. Need a lift. Oh, there's one time I'm from, okay, I'm literally from the suburbs, right? When I was a kid, no, not a kid, but I was like 15, and me and my friends were walking. Some guy in a van pulled up and was like, "Do you want to ride?" And we were like, "Oh my god, no!" It was like it was in the suburbs too. Like I was like, "Bro, who are you?" Like we're like, there's no one. Like it's like literally like it's literally like the middle of the suburbs. Very simple rules. If brown, lay down. If it's black, fight back. If it's white, good night. Fair enough. Fair enough. They tell us here with the black bears, like you should just back away slowly. But it depends on if there are. It depends if they're already aggressive or not. Usually they're not already aggressing you. You know. The right thing to Houston was find a McDonald's on your way home. But yeah, definitely. Yeah, be careful who you ask for rides. And then they ask if they want to go around Madrid. And welcome in, Elisa. Hope you're doing well. I love all the Elisa emotes in the chat. They're so cute. Hope you're doing well today. Even in the burbs can be sketch. I guess so. That guy was weird. He was in like a van with like the like not proper windows. It was like a minivan. Well, liberate the actual psychopath. I mean, the chance that you'll actually run into someone, run into a polar bear is very low. Luckily. You'd accept rides home back in school so you don't have to walk the hour after finish the exam. I mean, yeah, that's fair enough, fair enough. But like, most women should not do that. And they would not. Polar bears are just crazy, yeah. Yeah, I mean, luckily, yeah, they don't show up very often. This Creepso's got crazy vehicles. I know. The white van with no windows. It's always the white van with no windows. It's very low but never zero. A polar bear recently floated on an ice floe over to Iceland and they had to put it down. What? He floated over? That's crazy. Elisa's a streamer now? Yes! She's been a streamer for like a few months and she never disclosed this. I found this out like last week. I didn't know. I have to catch an Elisa stream. But I don't think she has a schedule, right? I gotta find the time. When will you next stream, Elisa? I need to catch it. Yeah, she didn't tell us. Drop the link. You know the link. It's her channel. Twitch.tv/Elisa_. You can see it there. When they have a Lambo. Yeah, they'd have a lot more luck if they had a Lambo. If I was a woman, I wouldn't accept anything from people I don't know. Exactly. I was recently like, there was recently a huge thing at a VTuber party in TwitchCon. There was a lot of people's drinks being spiked. And that's scary too. Like, you can't take your eye off like if you're at a bar or something, you can't take your eyes off your drink for a second. Like it's so easy to have your drink spiked. You have to be so careful. Only scouting bear, checking to see if Iceland was ripe for the taking. That's true. You know the Genshin song Oratrice Mechanique, but the whole song is voice lines? No, I've not heard of this. The Oratrice Mechanique d'Analyse, whatever it's called, Cardinal. It must be like a meme song now. Drop it when she's live. Yeah, Elisa, can you drop the link when you're live? Being the center of attention. She's. I'm sorry. We'll take the pressure off. I'll take the pressure off. Remember in college, a girl asked you to watch a drink. I was on it like a hawk, but I had to leave too. I was getting impatient. Yeah, when people are like, "Can you watch my stuff?" It's like, when are you gonna come back? Like, you're like, are you just going to the bathroom? Like, what if they don't come back for like 30 minutes? You have to leave. Like, bro. But at that point, I think you're just fine to leave. Like, I think like if they're really gone that long, like for me, it's like maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes maybe. But like if they're gone for a while, I think she can just get a new drink. Like she could just get a new drink. Like she should not leave you with that responsibility for like so many minutes, you know? Why am I the coolest dweeb? This is a leading question, Ratsy. I don't accept this. We wouldn't be having this conversation right now if I hadn't ratted you out. Yeah. I only found out because Zirconian used an emote. And I found out. I was like, what is that? I was like, what is that emote? It's pretty memey, but kind of a banger. Nice. I have not heard it. Back in 2019 at work, one of the high schoolers I work with asked me to walk her to her car. Is that what you're trying to say? Their creeps there, and the other day, greeting a girl sounds scary. Yeah. That's what they always say. Like the person you ask for help is probably safe, because like most people are like normal people, right? Most people are not like gonna hurt you, right? Like the vast majority of people, right? That's why like the advice is like, if you need help, if you need help in any way, or like if you need someone to like walk with you, the person you ask is more likely to be safe than the person who comes up to you. Obviously if someone has bad intentions, they're gonna come up to you, right? So you should never accept help from someone who comes to you. Like if you have a flat tire or something and someone's like, oh, like let me help you, I like, or okay, maybe not a flat tire, but like, you know, if someone's like, oh, let me walk you to your car, you should never accept from that person. You should always just ask someone else, like randomly. It's more safe. And ideally you ask someone who's in like a couple, obviously. And welcome in, Huari. Hope you're doing well today. Lisa made me swear to take it to your grave. She's like, never tell anyone this is a secret stream. You're gonna switch a major Discord when Elisa's live? Do it! Do it! Did I miss any streams? I must have. Notifications are on. Okay, Angel, you're on Elisa duty, okay? You post in the Discord. You learned it from Miju and Zirconian? Yeah, fair enough. It's not hard to be a good person, but also jail doesn't sound fun. And your parents would kill if you found out you did something to go to jail. Exactly. That is true as well. Like I'm like a lot of crimes, like I would just never do. Even if there wasn't any consequences, I would still never do them. But the other crimes, like obviously, like I don't want to go to, like I don't want to get in trouble. Like it's not worth it. As a kid, you always find a mom with their kid. Yeah, that's a safe bet as well. Like if you're ever in trouble, definitely like someone with kids. Pretty safe bet. But in this situation, I'm assuming it's like late at night, or like you're at like a bar or something. Definitely find like a man who's with a woman and she does not seem in distress. I think it's ideal. You mean your own notifications? You want compensation? Oh no. Angel, you said you're ready. Like you have the notifications on. I turned off my Twitch notifications because they kept sending me notifications about stuff that I don't want. Like I want notifications for streams, But then it will be like, this person posted a story. I'm like, I don't care if this person posted a story, stop. And it'll be like, oh, like, you have this drop available to you. Watch this Valorant stream. I'm like, no, I don't want this notification. Yeah, the Twitch story notifications are so annoying. I don't know if there's a way to just turn those off and only get certain notifications. I had to turn off all my notifications because of this. Then I have anxiety dreams, so you end up in the middle of a crime scene just as the police arrive. Oh no. Is that guy over there with the Patagonia fleece? That's him. With the vegan blundstones and the Patagonia fleece. That's him. Snapchat telling you stories, it's annoying. Yeah. No, Instagram. Oh my god, I still have Instagram notifications on because like, I want notifications for DMs and stuff. But like, oh my god, they send you notifications like, here are the top stories and in the top reels in Canada today, and you're like, I don't care. And then it's like, oh, join Threads, the new Instagram app. Leave me alone. You can't turn them off. It's so annoying. Instagram doesn't have notifications options for all of these things. Like so the only way to turn off some of these notifications is to just turn off all notifications. I hate when they do that. I need to move to the Pacific Northwest so you can blend in with the crowd. True. So you can see that tomato plant update. See, every time I click on his stats story, I'm like, oh, maybe it's like, you know, I'm like, oh, what is he up to? Tomato plant. I'm very up to date on the tomato plant though. Poor Dakota just playing Pogo and ends up in a sticky situation. You're like, I promise, I didn't murder anyone. I caught this Venomoth. That's your alibi. You're like, I was in the raid the whole time, sir. Officer, I promise. And welcome in, Compotion. Hopefully Hawaii is treating you well. You solved the issue by not having Instagram. Yeah, I think I might turn off all the notifications. You know I'm not making it up because no one thinks it's a Venomoth. Exactly. 1 second I was playing hopscotch and next I'm upstate for 12 years. Oh no. It's actually scary to think like if you ever got wrongfully convicted. I would think like it doesn't happen super often, but it still does happen. You guys ever watch Prison Break with Lincoln? That could happen too. It could be a whole conspiracy. You could be the guy. Like you could be the guy they frame. He's fighting the gym and I heard the screams, officer. But I couldn't stop right away because I was almost done and I needed to catch it. It's a legendary, officer. I couldn't go to help. If the Pokemon is near crime scene, Draconian will go catch it regardless. Someone's getting murdered and Draconian's like, I can't. It's a Mewtwo. You'll be the driver? Okay. If you've ever watched Prison Break, the driver didn't work out. Spoilers. It's a really old show. It could have been shiny. Yeah, you were like, officer, it was a shiny legendary. Oh no. Maybe one of them would understand. Maybe one of them would be like, oh, shiny legendary? You're safe. It's okay. Maybe that's fine. Yeah, is there Pokestops in jail? Maybe there's Pokestops in jail. Also, I have to go, guys. You guys have kept me too long. I have to go to Pilates. They're playing Pogo too, and they're like, yeah, I caught that too. Or no, maybe they're just arresting you because you took over the gym. You just got here. I'm sorry. I will see you in your own stream. But yeah, I gotta go. I got distracted by this crime talk. Okay. But yeah. Remember, we're doing a baking stream tomorrow. So come in tomorrow, same time, 9 a.m. Pacific for baking. We're gonna be doing some fall baking. Okay. And can't believe you're leaving it so Lily. So no. She's on the run and crime talk makes her nervous. That's true. Miju, lovely streams are the only one worth watching. Don't be humble, Elisa. Everyone go follow Elisa and watch her streams. This is the order. Put that story on my grave. The cop I just without catching a Michu. That would be a banger on Reddit. I will have fun being huge. But yeah, tomorrow, baking stream. Come to the baking stream. Otherwise, I hope everyone takes care. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And I will see you all later. Join the Discord if you haven't already. Bye.